The tyrannical reign of Roadhog and Sojourn in Overwatch 2 could finally be over. Hey, welcome to the channel and rejoice as the Overwatch 2 devs have finally released details on the end of Season 2 patch, and it'll blow up the meta as we know it. It's been no secret that Overwatch 2 has had some pretty glaring balance issues for quite a while. If you didn't experience them yourself, you've likely seen the many complaints from the Overwatch community. One-shot heroes dominating the game, Sojourn and Hog steamrolling the ranked ladder, all with seemingly little help from the balance team. But thankfully, as we reach the end of Season 2, that's about to change. So let's take a look at what tweaks the dev team have made and how they might finally lead to a bit of balance and tranquility in the Overwatch 2 meta. First up, let's start with the large rotund bounty hunter in the room. Roadhog has finally received the nerf devs promised some time back, and it's a pretty good one, but not without leaving Hog with some toys to play with. His chain hook has had its impact damage absolutely tanked from 30 to 5, which honestly, fair. The forced reposition and ability to plant a scrap gun shell into your enemy's face was more than enough punishment anyway. And the distance from Roadhog that enemy heroes are dragged to has been increased from 3 to 4 meters, 1 to reduce that one-shot potential, and 2 so it shouldn't be so easy for him to chase them down and take them out quickly. As a trade-off though, Hog's scrap gun has actually got better. Its damage has taken a small nix from 6.6 to a flat 6, but the recovery time has been dropped from 0.85 to 0.8 seconds, and its reload time has been knocked down by a quarter of a second as well. Add to that a max ammo increase from 5 to 6, and it's all round a pretty balanced nerf for the big man. The idea of the changes was to take away some of the controller breaking anger we've all experienced after being hooked and one-shot by Hog in Season 2 so far, focusing more on chain hook's forced repositioning utility instead of just flat damage output. So hopefully when you get your face blown off by Hog from now on, it'll at least feel like more of a fair fight. And the devs have hinted that they're working on more utility to add to Hog's kit in the future. They just need some time to work it out, so we may never see a one-shot Roadhog darken our ranked games again. Well, we can dream. Sojourn has predictably been nerfed again, but this time it looks like it might actually stick. Her railgun energy gain has been tweaked so that the amount of damage is irrelevant. Each primary fire hit against an enemy just charges up for 5 energy flat, regardless of whether it's a crit or not. But with the trade-off that shooting armor and shields will charge her railgun even faster than it used to, so her one-shot potential is still there, it should just be harder to reach. Her base primary fire damage has taken a hit as well, going from 10 to 9, but it's the charge changes that are going to have the biggest impact. One of the reasons Sojourn was so broken was thanks to buffs like Nano Boost or Mercy's damage amplification, making her damage hit even harder and charge her railgun at ridiculous speeds, essentially making her secondary an almost constant source of one-shot potential. But with damage no longer being a factor, it should mean Sojourn has to work a bit harder to hit that threshold, and we'll have to be a lot more careful with how they use it, since they won't be able to constantly and quickly charge themselves back up to lethal range again. So, with those changes in place, you've got to hope we'll start to see the Overwatch 2 meta start to heal, and the days of Hog and Sojourn's tyrannical hold over the ranked queue to finally be over. There were a few other changes included in the patch though that will probably have a more understated but potentially powerful impact on the meta. Kiriko has taken a small nerf. Some would say too small, and others would probably say why did we need this in the first place, increasing the recovery time of her healing Afuda to 1 second, apparently with the hopes of slowing down her average healing output, which is higher than devs would like, and allowing Kiriko mains the opportunity to start firing off her secondary kunai a bit more often. Was it necessary? Honestly, debatable, but it's something. And there was even time for a small nerf to Orisa, reducing the health bonus she gets from 4 to 5 from 125 to 75. Not an insignificant nerf by any means, but we'll have to wait and see what kind of difference it actually makes, if any, to the meta or how players play her. Honestly, expect more changes to hit her kit as we head into Season 3. Add to that a few general bug fixes and changes, like mercifully increasing the sound of enemy footsteps in the audio mix so you can actually hear your opponents coming, and the removal of a wrecking ball exploit that let the hamster use his adaptive shield essentially twice, ignoring cooldown. And that's everything you need to know for this patch. Is it everything the game needs to be balanced? Well, no, there's always going to be dominant heroes in a game like Overwatch 2, and there are a few heroes that are waiting in the wings to potentially step into that void of meta-defining or just downright annoying to play against. Looking at you, Widowmaker. But it will tackle 2 of the most oppressive heroes that the Hero Shooter sequel has had to deal with so far, and that's a pretty good start with Season 3 on the horizon. Let us know what you thought about the changes down in the comments. Do the nerfs go far enough? Should the devs have focused on another hero? Any and all thoughts, we love to see them. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Overwatch 2 content like this, and if you fancy a break from PvP, take a look at these videos on everything we know about the upcoming Overwatch 2 PvE campaign. Thanks for watching.